Today we're going to talk about something very important, and that is understanding the 10-year RV park rule. What do you need to know to avoid being turned away at a campground? Welcome to Snowbirds and RV Travelers, the weekly show for RV enthusiasts where we talk about parks, activities, travel tips, trends, reviews, and the latest news affecting your RV experience. For more content and guest opportunities, head over to rvpodcast.com. Today's podcast was brought to you by Jennifer Leigh Hill. While most RVers are used to following a number of campground regulations, there is one that some may not know about yet, and that is the 10-year rule. In simple terms, it stipulates that RV models more than 10 years old, or in some cases 15 years old, are not permitted on the RV park property. Although campground owners may make an exception if your trailer or motorhome is in good or restored condition, snowbirds have been denied entrance to parks that they have stayed at multiple times. New ownership, new rules, no exemptions. As a result, they have been left scrambling to find a new campground where they could stay for the winter. This made us wonder how common this rule is and if it's something that you could encounter more frequently in the future. In 2020, To Go RV polled the owners of approximately 100 RV parks in the US, and 3 to 5% indicated that they have implemented a strict 10 or 15-year-old rule. Of the remaining owners, more than 75% stated they would want to make sure an older RV is in decent condition before allowing it to enter the grounds. The 10-year rule appears to be more common, particularly in parks located in popular snowbird destinations like Florida, Arizona, Southern California, and the Texas coast. This may, in part, have stemmed from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the start of the outbreak, when many people became unemployed, some were buying older RVs, moving into parks where the rent was reasonable, and then, in some cases, abandoning the trailers or motorhomes when their life circumstances changed. For campground owners, removing an RV is difficult as they are not the rightful owners, and as such, removal could be considered thievery. Additionally, some park owners are concerned about the age and the associated problems an old unit may cause on the grounds, and others are worried about the safety of the occupants. A variety of campgrounds now request certification from the Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, proving that older models have been constructed with appropriate electrical, plumbing, and heating systems, as well as safety features like fire and carbon monoxide alarms. Without the certification, park owners who enforce this rule will refuse what they consider an undesirable RV. This includes retired commercial buses, schoolies, camper van conversions, and tiny houses on wheels. In a recent article, Snowbird Destination Victoria, BC, in Snowbirds and RV Travelers, Volume 18, Number 6, we listed 5 RV parks that offer long-term stays. 3 were in urban locations, while 2 were located in rural settings. After contacting each one, all of the urban parks explained they had a 10-year rule in effect, and only one of the 2 in the rural location had the age regulation clearly posted on its website. They also required a functioning shower in the event the facilities didn't work. This research doesn't affect all of the RV parks in BC or the rest of Canada or the US, but it was interesting to see that in most cases, park owners were flexible in applying the rule. Online booking is very common, and it's recommended that if you own an older RV, contact the campground and even send multiple photos showing the condition of your rig to ensure smooth travels and registration. Is this 10-year rule legal? Yes, it is. Just like a restaurant can implement no shirt, no shoots, no service, RV park owners can apply the 10-year rule based on the age of the RV, as well as its appearance and condition. The bottom line is it's their land and they can apply their preferred regulations. In most cases, the 10-year rule is to prevent people from abandoning their RVs, preventing damage to the park grounds and other visitors, and divert squatters who fail to pay park fees. It should be noted that the 10-year rule is most commonly established in private campgrounds. National, state, provincial, and local city parks and Forest Service parks typically don't apply it. Similarly, parks in less popular destinations or those that are more family-oriented are also typically more welcoming. Over time, as more mom and pop campgrounds are being bought out by large investment groups, it's possible that more stakeholders may prefer to have late model trailers and motorhomes as opposed to those that look as if they were owned by Cousin Eddie in the Vacation movie series. So what are the exceptions to the rule? If you're concerned about being turned away due to your older RV and the 10-year rule, make efforts to improve the exterior and/or upgrade its systems. Some examples include treating rusted areas, repainting surfaces, and giving the unit a good wash and wax. If necessary, replace worn exterior details or components like hubcaps, tires, chrome accents, or windows and doors. Remember, first impressions always count, and some exemptions may be made. Should you buy a used RV more than 10 years old? Sure, but if your plans include staying at a 5-star all-inclusive RV resort, you may want to be a little more selective shopping the used RV market. However, many successful do-it-yourself RV restoration projects on vintage units can look as good or even better than late model RVs. It's difficult to say whether or not the 10-year rule will be enforced more in the future. However, it should be respected as some of the reasons to apply the rule are viable to ensure everyone's enjoyment. Research, communication, and understanding the exemptions, if they exist, with park operators before your trip are essential to avoid the chance of being turned away at the front gates. Thanks for listening to today's show. If you enjoyed it, share it with your friends. And if you'd like to hear more, please subscribe or follow us. For fun contests and picture submissions, check out our Instagram channel at Snowbirds RV Travelers.